Hello everyone, Sir Bucky here and welcome back to Aska, Gates of Helheim, and also welcome back to Birchroot, our brand new hardwood and fishing outpost that we built in the last episode. Thanks for the name suggestion, Sludge Putty. So real quick, for anyone who didn't know, between the last episode and now, a new update came out for Aska which brought with it dedicated servers, improved archer and guard tower mechanics, and of course, the road planner. So yes, the literal day after I build a massive road by hand, inch by inch, connecting our main village to the outpost, before the dust had even settled, the devs released update 3 with the new road planner immediately and completely obsoleting my hard work. So if you did happen to catch the last episode and saw firsthand just how long it took me to build, then, you know, F in the chat and all that. So what is the plan for today? Well, we have our second winter invasion in a week, so naturally I'm going to completely ignore it. Let us start by repaving the road with the new tool and we can go from there. For anyone who's new or just hasn't played the new update yet, there is this new terraforming tab here with the old ground leveling tool in. This one is unchanged, but we now have a dirt path and a stone road option. So let's go ahead and grab the stone road and just throw it over the previous one. And the way this works is your first click naturally is the starting point, then after so many squares it stops and your second click becomes the pivot point or your center of curvature, allowing you to give your road a nice little bend. Then the third click completes the pathing. Fair warning though, each individual square block of road costs 3 small stones. So as you can see, the road that we just laid down will require 48 small stones, and obviously we have 47 right now. That's just typical. But yeah, this certainly isn't an early game thing and more of a mid to late game thing. Oh, hold the phone though. We got a bear causing a scene in Fort Ragnar again. You know, when I originally built this fort, I wanted to make this lovely green area like sprawling farmland or something, but with this fuzzy bastard spawning every few months and tearing up the joint, there's just really nothing I can do with it. At least until buildings start blocking spawns or something. Ow. Ow again. Alright, he's down. Let's get back to the road. Okay, that'll do for now. What I want to do real quickly is put down a water well over here in case we lose the water source with all the terraforming, but then pop down another stone cutter because it'll work well being close to both the mine and also the clearing we just paved our way through. Our current stone cutter is on the other side of town near the beach, and really most of the stones over there are gone now. Putting one here more central would sort of like just cut down the back and forth. And then one more thing I want to do really quickly. I meant to do this in the last episode as a reward for making that road. I wanted to treat myself because it took so bloody long. I gathered all the resources through the night between the episodes, and I want to make myself the tough leather gambeson as a nice reward for having just survived the ordeal of manually making the road. Also, I want to look really cool. And cool that looks indeed. Wow, you know, I really like this armor piece. Okay, next up is summoning another villager, because that's one thing I want to keep trying to do back to back to back to back. Alright, so, oh gosh, it's already 5 o'clock in the evening? Where did the day go? Well, rather than lay out my plan for the rest of the episode and then it immediately become dark, I'm going to go gather as much Jotun blood as I can carry so that we can keep the summons coming in, and I will catch you in the morning for the grand plan. Alright, good morning everyone. So the main focus of today's episode is redoing our food production chain following the same efficiency / aesthetic makeover theme that we've done with our cottages to longhouse makeover in episode 6, I want to say. I think it was episode 6, or with the Iron District revamp a few episodes ago, where we sort of take something we already have and rebuild it to be more streamlined, scalable, and above all, pretty to look at. The first step would be to make some room, so sadly, bye-bye runestones. As Tony Stark would say, you can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs, or in this case, you can't make meat soup in an efficient and aesthetically pleasing way without breaking a few runestones. Okay, so to start, I want 2 warehouses, and I'll explain their functions in detail later, but essentially we want a warehouse for the cooking hut needs and a warehouse for our villagers. Let's quickly reflatten the area, and while the builders get started, I need to place down as many wells as possible in the area. This part will make sense later. All right, that's better. Now let's put down those 2 warehouses, and we're going to want them facing the road here. That wasn't bad eyeballing, to be honest. And again, while the villagers get started on that, let's go summon another pair of hands. It's no green thumb, but blossom tender might be helpful. Okay, so now let's get a second cooking house up. And that should keep everyone busy probably through the night and maybe into tomorrow. So let's take this opportunity to check in on Birchroot. Man, this road is just fan-bloody-tastic. Looks like the barracks over here is almost up. The people out here will appreciate that for sure. Okay, as for who to assign, Hjell is... Wait, is that the same Hjell from episode 102 or another one? If this is OG Hjell, this guy is an absolute legend. Task-wise, he has enough skill for what I need, so his role will be to patrol the area around the fishing hut with those flags we set up in the last episode. I won't have him training at the barracks, that way he can keep the beach clear of wisps, allowing our fisher to work in peace. And then, you know the drill for nighttime, Jotun farm. See you at sunup. Oh bother, I didn't even get to my first node before Winnie shows up. This is going to be a long run back home. Oh, there she is, coming to meet us. Good start. I did the thing where I kept following the trail of Jotun deposits and ended up like a bazillion miles away from the village. All right, home again. Wow, this thing is coming along nicely. I mean, if you ignore the horrific mess and everything. Okay, so like I said earlier, one of these warehouses, this one I suppose, this is going to be for the cooking hut only. And to begin with, I just want a metric ton of water to get collected. This will also eventually hold raw vegetables and raw meat too, but for now, I just want the focus to be on collecting an inexcusable amount of water. Next up is 2 more farms, so let's start by preparing the ground and making this edge a little bit more in line with what we have already. Perfect. These barrels will take forever and a day to fill up, so let's assign someone now. Arvid, congrats. Or condolences, depending on how you look at it. Oh my god, I just realized I spent the whole night farming Jotun blood and haven't summoned a single villager so far this morning. Let's go take care of that right now. Again, Blossom Tender looks like the only useful one here. And let's not forget to assign our new villager to the house along with the one that I summoned last time and did forget to assign. Quick tip for anyone following along with a water warehouse, if you give your water collectors or even just your farmers extra water pouches, then they fill them all up when they go to collect some water, literally doubling, tripling, quadrupling, etc. their efficiency based on how many water pouches you give them. Apparently I'll forever click the wrong tab first. Right, so time to place down a couple of farms, because why build one when you can build 2 for twice the price? Okay, and while they take care of those, I need to clear some stumps, some trees, and then some more stumps. That did not take long to build, courtesy of all the resources laying around from the stuff we've demoed. Now, let's get these fields up and running. Oh, hold the phone though, we've got a white lumbering around somewhere. There it is, although what on earth is everyone doing over here? Oh, looks like they're gathering small stones, one at a time. Surely that should have only taken a single builder. Yeah, can you spot the imposter? Random tip, don't kill whites near build sites because when harvested their bones can be hard to see and they block building. Alright, back to laying out the farm fields. You know, if there's one thing I remember from previous episodes, it is the sheer number of green thumb villagers we've gotten so far in this playthrough, but I don't think I have any more nighttime green thumbs. Now, before I commit to a crop rotation, let me quickly check our seed stocks. Plenty of everything, but only 34 cabbage and 66 carrot seeds. Good to know. All right, so task-wise, it's autumn now, so let's immediately start preparing for the winter. So farm 1, field 1 can be beetroot in the autumn and then beetroot again in the winter. Spring will be berries and summer cabbage. Fields 2 and 3 will be the same, so beetroot, berries, but then in the summer we'll just grow 2 batches of carrots since those are the seeds we have more of. For the second farm, this one will be much easier. Field 1 will be garlic in the fall, beetroot in the winter since garlic doesn't grow in the winter, and trust me, we do not want any more flax. Then garlic again in the spring and summer. Field 2 will be set up the same, but with onions instead of garlic, so it'll go onions in the autumn, beetroot again in the winter, and then back to onions for the spring and summer. Then the final field for farm 2 is everybody's favourite, flax, year round. And for anyone new to the game or thinking about getting it, I have a first 3 days in Aska video that explains the importance of flax. You will always want a flax field no matter what you're doing. Oh handy, this sudden rainstorm will actually help kickstart things, since it waters the crops, meaning our farmers can focus on planting. Thanks, nature. Something I've liked doing with my farms lately is adding the fencing around. It started off purely for aesthetics, but actually since we have whites nearby, this would help protect the fields long enough for any archers or warriors in the area to come take them down. And those will be up before you can blink. I'm curious, how is our water supply actually? Not bad, but maybe the guy here should have taken the lids off during the rain. Oh, that was good timing. Okay, everybody think real hard about a nighttime green thumb. Well, we got the nighttime, and maybe one of the hidden perks will be green thumb. We're halfway there. Now we just need the prayer. Okay, back at the warehouse, I do want my 3rd extension, and then in the communal warehouse, let's start putting down those cooked food storages. That will allow our cooking house to just churn out soup without hitting the capacity of its shelf. And then back at the cooking warehouse, I mean, I did say something about an inexcusable amount of water earlier, didn't I? What did I say about the fence? It's already protecting the fields, which honestly, when you lose a field, my god, it's a massive setback. We'll get an archer tower up here before the end of the episode, promise, don't worry about that. Next up, let's make an unconscionable amount of seed storage to go with our inexcusable amount of water storage. I haven't actually decided if I want the seeds to go in the cooking hut warehouse or the cooked food warehouse. The benefit of the seeds being in this warehouse is if I grant the farmers access, then they'll also have access to all this water. But the downside is they may end up eating all of the raw food once we build those. Orvar is here, but sadly no green thumb to go with that nighttime perk. Oh well. And let's give Orvar a place to sleep. Something I'm getting better at remembering to do. Kind of rare for me. I say that and immediately the screen shows I forgot to house Boulder. Hope he doesn't walk out the gate on me. As for the seed storages, I made 7 boxes so that I can assign 1 seed to each box rather than allowing them all. This will just protect against the inevitable flaxseed overload clogging everything up. And flax you already did. Alright, now let's set up some raw food storage. I don't like them all the way back here. I know it's nitpicky, but they will be more efficient up front closer to the cooking house. So let's call a mulligan on these 3 water storages and pop the raw food boxes here. I think we can all agree nothing silly has happened here. Alright, I hate doing this, but let's figure out the whitelisting. Let's start by turning everyone off, and then... Oh, hang on, I never added cooks to the new cooking house, actually, so we got to start there. Okay, Callie and... Oh yeah, Orvar, our newest recruit, can take the night shift. Oh, that was easy. And task-wise, we'll do meat soup as always, and some vegetable soup as backup since, you know, no herbivores on this map, and the only meat I get is from bears and wolves. So, back to the whitelist, we disallowed everyone, and so let's only add in our farmers so that they have access to the insane amount of water. Then we'll add our cooking workers, of which we now have 4. I'll keep an eye on the farmers. I don't think they're going to eat too many veggies, and honestly, I think they just snack on turnips and stuff while they harvest anyway. Hopefully this works out, but yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. Hey, we got a blood moon, and that's our first one, right? That kind of makes me think. This has been a surprisingly quiet episode, considering I'm usually getting attacked left, right, and center. Oh no, 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 no. Wait, did they spawn up a birch root? I didn't know that was a thing. Run, dude, run! Wait, that's a skeleton, not a villager. Die, fiend! Note to self, finish the goddamn road, fucky. Oh, they're all on my road. Where on earth did they spawn in at then? Stamina! Yeah, that's really weird. Did they actually spawn up in birch root? There's still one around somewhere spooking people. But I don't see it anywhere. Oh, it looks like they spawned in the woods here to the side of the road. Okay, here's wave 2. Let's clear them out and then look for that random skeleton causing a fuss somewhere. Oh my god, my stamina again. Here it is. One of them must have slipped by, or I must have missed it from wave 1 or something. Alright, peace and quiet, I think. So that must have been the only one that got by. Let's go wait on wave 3. And here we go. I am very much liking that my heavy attack is now breaking shields in one hit now. It makes it feel worth pressing on these mobs. Well, that was easy. So the blood moons were really hard actually for the first few days, but ever since then, I haven't really noticed an uptick in their difficulty as my population grows. I put it on hard and I would have expected way more enemies, or at least jumpy boys by now. Okay, let's put the finishing touches on this system by adding a worker to the cooked food storage hut. As for who? Boulder, you're it. Okay, and as promised, the very last thing, defenses. I do want to try some new guard tower mechanics over here since we are on the doorstep of 2 or 3 shipwrecks and there's always a wight looking to pick a fight. For this, I'm going to need to clear up some space, not only to place the guard tower down, but also to open up line of sight. Actually, when I made my update 3 video, I had a guard tower here to showcase the new archer mechanics, and the amount of times my guardsmen tried shooting a wight only for it to hit the tree right in front of them, so bad. So yeah, that's why we're going to clear a nice field of view for them. Oh, that's really weird. I have a graphical bug or something. The tree has fallen, but it's still visibly there. Same with the stump, actually, and I can walk right through it. Never seen that before. Either that or I've died and I'm a ghost. Oh, they do seem to vanish after a while, so at least it's not a game-breaking thing. Alright, so flatten first. And as for positioning, not too close to the edge in case I want another fence. About there looks good. Man, I really like those farms. So this tower should be going up in no time, given I've just chopped down half a dozen trees. Also, I haven't rebuilt the archery range yet or the barracks, but that's not a big issue. The archers I have right now are skilled enough where they can handle a wight no problem. And with update 3, there's actually a couple of things you can do with the guard towers. Now, you can assign multiple archers to a single guard tower, so you couldn't do that before. You had to build a single guard tower per archer. And using the archery range, you can also create a patrol for your archers to move between multiple guard towers, the same way that a barracks worker will move between multiple flags. Since the wights on the beach here are a year-round continual threat, I don't want this guard tower to be something my archers patrol to and from, because if a wight spawns when no one's here, then that's useless, right? So I think I'll assign 2 people to the tower, one for the day shift and one for the night shift. That way this whole area is being watched 24/7, and any wights that spawn in will immediately get picked off. So we got Thurid, our previous archer, as well as Canute, who's our current cave worker. He should like the change in scenery at least. Then real quick before I forget, let's assign someone back into the cave. Asa here will do. All right, let's go take a look at this masterpiece. Wow, that's honestly not bad, is it? It is a huge improvement over what we had before, many times more convenient for both our cooking house and our villagers. These farms aren't producing just yet, but give it a few days and then we'll be swimming in vegetables. And there is more I want to do. I do want to move the original cooking house to be by the new one, and I want to add decorations and a paved road, but the invasion is like 2 days away at this point, so I need to prepare. If I didn't force myself to stop this episode right now, then the next episode will start 5 minutes before the invasion with me saying, "Hello everyone, Sir Bucky here, and we're in trouble." So yeah, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed your time here, then please consider grabbing a sub, dropping a like, or leaving a comment. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheerio.